Young, and today I'm going to be taking you along for a little day in the life of writing with me. We'll see how this goes. I don't know. This setup, it's been a lot. So, what's going on? What am I writing? What are my goals today? And what's kind of been happening in my life? First off, if you're new here, hi, I'm Ella Young. I'm an aspiring teen author, and I'm working on publishing my debut novel. Right now, though, we are not very far into the publishing part. We are more in the let's make the book ready to be published, which is still part of publishing. So, yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. So far, what has happened in my journey? I am currently working on draft 3, technically 4, of this book. What have I done differently going into this draft than I have the other previously 3 drafts? Well, this time I'm doing things a lot differently. As many of you might know, I've actually wrote this entire series from start to finish because this has been the first. Hi, sorry about that. So my dad called us all in for a family meeting, and the only time we ever have family meetings is about food. This is the kind of content you're getting. I'm very sorry. I'm not at all put together. He called us all in, but it's always about food. However, the debates get so intense. So, I needed to go. That way I would get what I wanted for dinner. Okay, back to what I was saying. I actually have no idea what I was saying. I probably should have done that before I started recording. Oh, I think I was at, what am I doing differently? Oh, I'm gonna hate myself when I edit this. Okay. What am I doing differently? Sorry, I'm propping my feet up on the edge of my bed because as you can see, my desk is in my closet. Very interesting. I'm going to be doing a desk tour soon because I think it's pretty unique and I have not seen anyone else have a desk set up quite like mine. Okay, what am I doing differently? So, as I've said before, I wrote every book in the series, and that's 4 books. However, this was the first project I ever took seriously. So while I was A, learning the story and B, learning the characters, I was also learning how to write good characters, how to write a good plot, how to do all the things. I also not only was trying to figure out how to do that, I was also trying to figure out my writing style. Who am I as an author? Because I've always written since since I became obsessed with reading. I became obsessed with writing. I remember 2nd grade making up stories about literally it was the same story, different font of this girl would find a dog and then it would get put in the shelter and she'd have to go get it. That's kind of what I was doing. I remember seriously writing since 2nd grade or just having a love for writing. So whenever I sat down on this project for the first time, the first book in the series I finished when I was 12. No, that's not going to be quality writing. Okay, I know that. However, it was needed. Everything has been a part of a process, a bigger overarching theme, if you will, to make me the writer I am today. So, I have also now known, I need this for the light, sorry. I've also now noticed with how I write that I am a pantser, which is very weird because in my everyday life, I like things very planned out, very almost kind of type A-ish when it comes to my planning. But I think with writing, because it allows me to relax that part of my brain, I am a pantser. So for me, that means whenever I outline a book, I outline it in scene cards. My scene cards are a little different than everyone else's in the sense that I don't really have a structure to my scenes. That sounds really bad. Let me explain. So my book is always separated into 3 parts. Easy 3x story structure style. But the parts are kind of naturally there in the story. So what I found out, because I watch a lot of writing content on YouTube, is that people don't necessarily maybe talk to their characters or have quite as intense characters as I do. Because I am essentially just the vessel for this story. They're controlling everything. So a lot of times whenever I sit down to outline the novel, it's kind of like watching a movie. And I just essentially absorb And on the scene card, I write down everything I see. I write down dialogue, snippets that I'm hearing, all of the things. And then essentially, whichever character's voice is strongest in the scene, like who I know, oh, these thoughts are here. This is kind of who gets the POV, essentially. Where I'm like, oh, yeah, this makes sense to have it from this angle because you would get this information you wouldn't otherwise get. Does that make sense? So that's what I've discovered. And I've written the end of my second book through the fourth one like that. And it's worked really well. This is the fastest I've drafted those books. So now I'm like, okay, I know I like to write scene cards because it also helps me, like, if I can check something off, I feel like really proud of myself and really accomplished. So I'm like, okay, I've rewritten this book before, but I essentially just pulled up the old manuscript and the new manuscript side by side and just kind of maybe redid the writing a little bit, added something because I felt like the book was missing some scenes. Kind of maybe did some restructuring, just trying to make the writing quality better. It kind of worked, but I felt like I needed to try a different plan. So that's where I came in. I came in with the binder. You can see that in the last video where I wrote chapter 5. The scene cards, I actually really liked. I outlined every chapter as a scene card. It worked until it didn't, because my first chapter is now 3 chapters, and this goes back to where my characters are calling the shots, because I can outline everything and we can all sit down together at our little meetings, and I'm like, okay, what happens here, what happens here, what happens here, and then they tell me. But then sometimes they either A, change their mind, or B, don't tell me everything. A lot of times it's both of these options at the same time. Because, like, sometimes I'll, like, be writing and then the plot twist hits and I don't even know what it is. Which apparently means I'm a discovery writer. I don't know, I'm kind of new. That term's a little newer to me. So I'm a discovery writer. So that's kind of what's been happening. But I am trying to make this a quality draft. I'm like, okay, I've rewritten this story a lot. I know what's happening. Except I didn't. But I've changed some things. I kind of know. We're, for the most part, right now, knock on wood, on the same page. So in that last video, I finished chapters 1 through 5. Yay for me, right? So I went back and I edited them. And in that video, I talked about how I said my mom did not really like the draft that I'd sent her previously. So I edited these chapters to the best of my ability. Now, for the writer, how good of a writer I am a horrible editor. I am trying. I've learned a lot more, but I'm not very good with, like, spelling. Like, I'm a horrible speller, which is insane because I have really good pattern recognition. So I at least thought I would be good at spelling just because I see the words on the page all the time. But the way I spell, like, I talked to someone who was dyslexic and they said that my spelling was worse than theirs. Which that says a lot about the type of speller I am. But I tried really hard. And at least my mom said that at least in this draft, I spelt everything consistently wrong. Like, I didn't just, like, try different spellings throughout. Like, I just stuck to one and kept it. I don't know. Yeah. But she edited the first 5 chapters. And I was currently working on writing chapter 9. Whenever she comes into my room, she's like, okay, I finished it. And I'm like, as a writer, like, I'm, like, nervous and terrified and excited because as a writer, you will never read your story with fresh eyes for the first time because you've always known everything that's going to happen. So you can never get that, like, first time reader experience. That's why everyone says put your draft on a shelf for a while to kind of unfamiliarize yourself with the story. And I was like, okay, tell me everything right now. I was asking her a million questions. It was like I was fangirling over my own book. She was very interested. She's like, she wasn't, like, giving me too many compliments, like, let it get to my head, but she was like, keep me posted. So that's what we're doing. Today, we're going to be writing chapter 10. And chapter 10 is a very big chapter, and it has always been a big chapter in every one of the drafts. Because it's the first POV that shows, because this book's a dual POV. So it's the first POV from the other person's perspective. And it's very interesting because right now, in my story, you kind of just know the surface level of the overarching conflict that's going on. just kind of how it is. Because, you know, you first get in the book, you're just thrown into this world. Because it's a fantasy world. I don't know if I mentioned that. This is very much fantasy. And you're thrown into this book. And you kind of don't know. Like, you're just treading water. So you have to be very diligent with the information you give your character. Or your readers. Sorry if my chair's squeaking. It kind of does what it wants. Can you sense a theme here? So yes, that's what's happening. So you're getting like all this new information, but the source you're getting it from doesn't know as much as, say, source B. Like, character A doesn't know as much as character B. That's why when we get a character B perspective, it's very important. And also, it's very interesting for me to write. I wouldn't say hard. It's just different because this character I'm writing from does not always give you all the information. Like, you know when you're reading characters and they just kind of like take you through their thoughts. Character B does not think every single point like character A does because they think differently, which is part of having different characters. So there has to be some deceit there, especially because a lot of the plot twists are controlled by character B. This is interesting, right? At least to me. Sorry, I'm trying to be as non-specific as possible, because if you get me yapping about my book, we're going to be here for like ever, and then I'm going to have footage I can't use until after it's published, and we don't know when that will be. So yes, that's what's happening. So this is also going to be very different for me because I'm going to be not only rewriting it, but also a little bit of restructuring, because I want to change some things around and shift the tone of the conversation being had. So essentially, like, it'll be the same, but like the details are different. Sorry if the light's a little wonky. I'm using my window, and actually it's, knock on wood, pretty bright out. So hopefully the lighting's good. If it's not, I don't know what to tell you. I'm trying my best. If you're like, what is going on with your microphone? I don't like holding it, but like also if I sit it down here, I don't consistently talk at the same volume, so the audio is horrible. So just bear with me. It's a hot mess express around here. So yes. So then after I write, okay, we're going to go back on track now. So after I write chapter 10 and restructure, I'm going to do that on my Kindle Scribe. I actually love my Kindle Scribe. My mom and my parents, my mom and dad, got it for me for Christmas. And I actually really like it because it allows me to think things through digitally, because I can also put it on the computer if need be. And I love my big screen. I love it. So okay, we're going to restructure on the Kindle Scribe. And then I'm going to have chapters 6 through 10. We're going to edit those. And then we're going to give them to my mom. She's so excited. So yes, honestly, I kind of want to like put her on here just so she can like be like, hi. Because I let her watch the other vlog and she's like, you seriously told them I couldn't get through your book? And I was like, well, you couldn't. It was the truth. So yeah, it doesn't mean she loves me any less. It's just we're a very honest family, and honesty is honestly what I need right now. Honesty, honestly. Okay, so I'm going to update you guys every step of the way. I'm going to be doing writing sprints to structure this scene. So I'm going to structure this scene, probably take a break, get some breakfast, because I'm only surviving on coffee. And then we're going to sit down, we're going to write the scene in writing sprints to maximize the quality. Okay? Guys, there is a plan here today. I know that's crazy because I usually don't have a plan. So I will update you guys after I eat breakfast. I will update you after I write the scene. I will update you like writing the scene before editing, after editing, and then we'll probably close it out. So yeah, that's the little tentative outline structure we're going with. I actually planned this out in my notes app on my phone. So I would like a round of applause. Because yeah, this is the most effort I put into a YouTube video thus far. So yeah. Alright, I will definitely talk to you guys later. So stay tuned. Bye. Alright, so So the chapter is officially planned out. No, I won't show you because that's more editing I have to do to blur it out. And I haven't really figured it out all the way yet. So yes, chapter is planned out. We're gonna go write it now. Bye. Alright, hi guys. So I just finished writing chapter 10. Thank you. Oh, I'm gonna have to blur that out. Oh, it's okay. Just making notes for my editing self. So what does that mean? So now that I finished chapter 10, I'm going to be first, before I dive into editing, whenever this comes out. Okay, so I'm filming this the Saturday before Mother's Day, so like Mother's Day is tomorrow. So I have to get some of the flowers I picked up for my mom in water while she's out of the house. And I'm going to have to hide them in my room under my desk. Pray for me. This will be an experiment. Because I can't reach the vases. It's gonna be fun. So, yes. So after I do that, and do all the flower stuff, I'm going to be, editing. I'm going to be editing. What am I editing? I'm editing chapter 6 through chapter 10. So in this, I'm going to be looking for not only like revisions to make, but making sure the story flows good, grammar, all the things, and then it'll be off to my mom. And then we'll get into the planning more of what's next for chapters 11 through 15. Alrighty, so I will see you guys later, and I will keep you posted. I put them over there because they'll go under my desk tonight. So what's next on the agenda? So we did the flowers. We're gonna edit. I think I've already edited, or at least gone through chapter 6. We're gonna do chapter 7. I'm gonna pause, do my knee little stretches because I don't think you can see, but she's in a brace. It's what we're dealing with today. So then we'll do chapter 8, 9, 10. We'll have to edit those. Then I put them on my mom's computer for her. She really likes that. She likes her computer. I like that I can work on stuff too. I use different programs. So actually what I can do, which this is going to sound weird, but through my school, I can access the Google Drive, but I can put it on multiple screens. And because of that, I can have her editing, and I can also be looking at it, or she can be editing it. And then no matter like when, I can always get it back from her because I can just pull up on mine. Like I don't have to bother her. All the things. These are all very good things. So, as many of you know, I am a beginner when it comes to filming. I've not been very secretive about that. I've kind of been out open. I've tried to be honest with you guys that I don't really know what I'm doing, and that's okay. So I'm also navigating like how to do these YouTube videos, all the things. So if you guys have, let's say, an idea that you want or some content you want to see, please comment below. Please tell me. I have said before that I want to do a desk tour. That's one of the things I want to do. I also am thinking about filming a little writing routine, just as opposed to just the same boring vlogs over and over again, because it does get boring after a while to film the same stuff. Same for if you go to my Instagram at rather_be_writing_. You will see I have some reels on there. If you ever want any content like more like reel wise, you can tell me. Please feel free to comment below. I'm also going to be posting from there a lot more often than on here, because unlike YouTube, like filming a YouTube video, reels are very easy to film kind of on any day. Like whenever I film a YouTube video, like I have to have the whole day, because it's a vlog, right? I have to have the whole day to film the vlog. which, I mean, that's great, but like at the same time, like I don't also have a lot of spare days because, as I said before, I am a student athlete, so it's a lot. So my entire weekends essentially go to filming these vlogs because I have to film the vlog on Saturday or Sunday, and then the next day I edit the vlog. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of editing. Whereas opposed to Reels, I can film multiple of those at a time. I'm very comfortable on Instagram because I've done it a little bit more. You get more content more often. I try to film a reel a day, post a reel a day. I might film more than one reel a day, but you'll get a reel a day for sure on Instagram. I'm trying to build this writer community, and it's a little bit bigger over on Instagram. So feel free to please follow me over there, especially if you like the content here. It's kind of just more, it's not a lot of me yapping per se, but it's a lot of like, I make little memes and you can see me writing and working, and yeah. I'm also, like, once we get big enough on here or on Instagram, I want to do a little, like, writing live stream. I think that would be really fun. But I'm really scared that no one will, come to it, and then it'll just be me by myself. And I'm like, oh. Yeah. So, I'll just say. Also, if literally just anything, like, you have questions, or I could do a little Q&A if that's what you guys would like. So, yeah. So please feel free to comment content ideas you want below. And yeah, so I'm gonna go edit, and then I will see you guys soon. Bye. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for coming along with me today as I did my writing. It is currently 3:09. So yeah, this will be the end. I just finished up editing on this software, so I'm gonna copy and paste all the stuff over to the other software. That way my mom can read it eventually and we can get her feedback. And now that I've edited, done all everything that I've set out to do today, I like to take a break. What that break is, I do not know yet. I think I might read or watch a show, hang out with my guinea pigs or my cat if she lets me. My cat my cat actually hates me, like, so that's why she did not make an appearance in this vlog, as she has others. So yeah, so I plan to do another one of these vlogs maybe Saturday. I don't know. I also plan to film maybe the desk tour tomorrow. I think I could get that done. What I plan to do for tomorrow is, since the next 5 chapters are done, I need to look at it. But I'm gonna start kind of fleshing out the next few chapters, I think the next 5 all go together with the one I ended on, chapter 10, because chapter 10 ends on a cliffhanger. And then chapter 11, like, is straight into what happened. Like, I leave all my chapters on cliffhanger, so chapter 11 starts right where we left off, but from a different point of view. So that's very interesting to see. So we'll be doing that, and we're going to get a lot of information. We're going to find out a lot of stuff that we are not supposed to know. And then that happens, the after effect of chapter 11 happens, like the kind of aftermath happens in 12 and 13. And then in 13, we kind of have another little scandalous talk. And then 14, we are straight back into stuff that we are not supposed to be knowing in the character B point of view. And I don't exactly remember where chapter 15's gonna go. So yeah, that's kind of what's happening in the next little bit. I'm really excited about it. But for now, I think I need to take a break, maybe watch a show, kind of let my brain relax. I've said before, as I do this drafting process, that whenever I draft first drafts, my goal is to get as many words onto the page as possible. Like, I am putting up insane numbers. I always set the goal to get through at least 3 scenes, but 3 scenes of anything that I want to write. So I always write my books out of order, which apparently is not smiled upon. But that's what I do. If I feel like writing it that day, I write it, because if I feel like writing it, I'll write it better than something I don't feel like writing and then forcing myself to write. Just not how it is. So I write them out of order whenever I originally draft them, and then I put them all together in the document. So I put up insane number of days. Insane. I write big books. So right now, this will have an emoji over it, so you can't really see it. But right now, I'm writing the book in order. It's low-key kind of exhausting, but at the same time, it's necessary. That way, I can feel the flow of the story more, kind of feel where we're going, make sure my pacing's on track, all of the things. And I said before that, I think I said earlier, that my mom really liked the first 5 chapters I sent her. But with this chapter 10 being from character B's point of view, you kind of had some exposition-esque you had to get out of the way. So we'll see how she feels about all this, see if she feels like they all go together, all the things. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing. I'm probably gonna rewatch Death and Other Details. It's a really good show. I do recommend. And then probably cuddle with Floofs and eat food and be happy. I will see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Oh yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for clicking on this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe. If you didn't, well, what are you doing here? I'm not catering to the masses. Alright, so on that note, happy writing, and I hope you found some joy with this, or entertainment. Both are plausible. Alrighty, bye.